Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture is titled The Persistence of Sunlight. So, what do we see here? Well, here we see multiple images of the setting sun, and we're watching the sun as it gets lower and lower in the sky. Now, if you watch the sun as it sets, you'll notice one thing. First of all, it will change color. It's a very bright white when it's up high in the sky, and then it turns into a yellowish and finally becoming orange and then red as it gets closer to the horizon. Now, this has to do with the amount of atmosphere the light has to pass through. Remember, the Earth is a sphere, and as you look outward on a sphere toward the horizon, you're looking through more atmosphere than if you look straight up overhead. That means that there's more atmosphere to scatter the sunlight, and that's what happens. Essentially, the atmosphere is much better at scattering the short wavelengths of light, the blues and the greens, and not so good at scattering the red light. And that means that when it's coming through all that extra atmosphere, the red light comes straight through and we see it, and the blue light gets scattered all over the place and we see it coming from all directions, giving us our blue sky. Now, it's not just the color that changes when it gets close to the horizon. It also can become distorted. This is another atmospheric effect. It's caused by refraction. So it bends the light. The atmosphere will bend the light by differing amounts and cause distortions within the image of the sun. So as we look through the thicker atmosphere there, we're seeing different atmospheric layers. They can have different temperatures, different densities, and that changes the refractive index. And therefore, we get some very interesting effects, as we can see here, where the sun appears very distorted as it gets closer and closer to the horizon. Now, as with any atmospheric effect, that's not changing the sun. The sun is exactly the same as it's always been. And in fact, if you watch the sun set from the moon, you would see that it would not change at all. It would remain exactly the same high in the sky as it is when it is closer to the horizon. It's only here on Earth or any other planet with an atmosphere where we would begin to see these changes. And those atmospheric effects are what give us some very interesting phenomena, such as what we're seeing here. We can look at the changing color of the sun as it gets closer to the horizon, the changing shape as it gets closer to the horizon. And one thing not pictured here that we often can get as well, when you have a very long line of sight to the horizon, you can often get what is known as the green flash, a flash of green light as the sun is setting or rising. And that is, again, an atmospheric effect of the bending of specific colors of light by Earth's atmosphere. So that was our picture of the day, titled The Persistence of Sunlight. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be Mystic Mountain Monster. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.